Has the moon ever looked so heckin' far away as it does now? Wow, what a poetic sentence. Hello there, welcome back. How are you lot? It's been, what, 3, 4 months? Hope you're all well. I'm in a cupboard right now. I don't know if you can hear that. Let me catch you up to speed, because it's been a hot minute. I briefly checked back on the end of the last Minecraft video, right? And I said, I'm just in Sydney now. I'm going to have loads of time. I'm going to record lots of videos. Guess what I ended up doing? Well, just guess. You can write it down. So, over the last... I'm back here just to pull you into it. I am in the Netherlands now, in a cupboard. I'm with... Try to lower that a bit. I can just talk loud. Do this. I'm in a cupboard right now. We're having some trouble finding a flat, but I'm back from my trip. We're all travelled out, and we're now back to Flatland, unfortunately. But yeah, oh god, I have so many things to say, and so many things that I'm not going to say, and so many things that maybe I should say. But let's go. We need like tools and stuff, right? We should find something brainless to do while we're fucking about. But how have you all been? Well, I hope. We have iron and diamonds and stuff, but let's just go and do a little mining for a minute, right? Why not? Just something fun. I haven't played Minecraft in a while, so let's get ourselves into some kind of good habits, all right? Let's go do a little mining, just like this. We don't have to do anything too fancy. We'll just find a hole somewhere, get stuck in, and then see where things go on from there. So I'm gonna grab some wood with me. I'm gonna grab a better shovel. Gonna make a sword. I'm gonna take a bucket of water and some food, and then we can go. Let's have a little look first. I do not remember. Oh, I guess we need torches as well. I don't remember any of my setup or what we were doing. I flicked through the VOD. It seemed like I think last episode was the one where we died and we had to walk all the way back. Spoilers. For half a year ago. But here we go. Okay, so I guess we just need to make some torches. That's a good idea. Make some torches. I don't think we have any food, so we could maybe check up on the farm if we wanted. Remember what we're doing, because I don't. But yeah, how have you lot been? It's been a hot minute, huh? God, it's so dark in this game. I completely forgot. Yeah, how have you lot been? It's been a hot minute, right? I bet you're all wondering where I've been or what I've done. What I will say is that we have about half a terabyte of IRL vlog footage to edit through, which I haven't started yet because it's a huge project. But as you can probably imagine, I don't remember exactly what I said last time, but we've been through now the north of the UK. We lived in Sydney for a while. We lived in Melbourne for a while. We lived in Scotland for a little bit during Fringe Festival, the comedy festival. And, of course, we went to Japan for like two and a half weeks, which was absolutely the highlight, as you'd expect. Good lord. I hope the audio isn't too loud. I haven't made a video in a while, so I'll be honest, I don't remember the decibels I normally have the background on, so I apologise if I'm a little hard to hear. Just have better hearing, lol, forehead. That's how this goes, right? Ow. Good enough. Yeah, Jesus, where do we even start? So yeah, we have... Let's bring you to the present, right? God, this game's loud. I haven't had headphones in lately. It's kind of weird playing like a video game, you know? Do any of you lot go like a long time without playing a video game and then you realise how weird it is to like hold a mouse and keyboard, you know? And like play a game and have headphones on and talk and make Minecraft things happen. What was I saying? Oh. So we're in the Netherlands right now. It seems that while we were gone, the Dutch decided to like make it impossible to rent. So I think I've been in the Netherlands for about 4 years now, right? When I first got our flat, we applied online remotely without having a job or living in the country, and we got it. my second flat that we had, the one that we left before we went on this trip, we showed up. I like booked a viewing. A few days later, I showed up. I said I wanted it. We like agreed with a handshake and an email, and then we had it. This time, we sent out like 100 requests to houses, and like maybe 12 of them have gotten back. Most of them are shitholes, really expensive, and they want you to like, you have to go through like security checks, and you have to get a bunch of forms now, and you have to get something from your work called a Werkgevingsverklaring or something, like a declaration that you exist from your boss, and all sorts of rubbish. Like, I don't know what happened. And you know what else? They're asking now for you to make like 4.5 times the rent. I'm gonna be honest with you lot. If I made like fucking six grand a month, I would not be renting. I feel like I'd be able to afford a house. So I don't know what the Dutch think they're doing. I asked my boss about it. Apparently they made a bunch of regulations to try and make it easier to rent, but in classic government sense, they didn't think about it very hard and instead made it nearly impossible. I think they thought it would make more people more willing to sell their houses to make the market a bit cheaper, but instead what happened was the prices went up and it's harder. So that's rough. That's the current right now. We're trying to find a flat. Chris is graduating soon, so hopefully that'll solve that problem. Because right now I don't make enough money to rent, which is ridiculous. I know I don't make a lot of money, but I do have a full-time job. Do you need more than that to rent? Like it seems a bit silly. I don't know what they're expecting from people, or you know, I don't understand. It's odd, but hopefully that'll sort things out, and she finds something she's happy with. But yeah, so with that, we're trying to find somewhere to live. So all our various adventures are just going to have to pause, wait on hold for a little bit while we sort things out, which is a little odd. It's a strange feeling. I've been essentially in like the content cupboard for like, I don't know, half a year or something. When did we leave? Like February. We had a mine around here, right? Somewhere around here. Are you a mine? Let's just make a mine. It's Minecraft after all. That's what this game's about. Let's do this. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we started traveling in like February, and now it's like September, right? So we've been gone this whole time. We're in like our magical realm of being abroad. God, what an experience! I had no idea. You know what? Like a few years ago, I'd never even been on a plane. And now I've been on multiple... sorry, the planet. I know I'm now as bad as the boomers. Gone from never flying to flying international a few times. What a step up, huh? What a character development. Is it for the better? I don't know. But I'm now a travelled person in the literal sense. It's kind of odd to think about. If you go back and watch my old like Team Fortress videos, which are old now, apparently, I still think about it as being somewhat recent. I found out that the last time I contributed to my GitHub for my university dissertation was like 5 years ago, and that was the last thing I did at university. That was 5 years ago, which I mean, I guess that's about right, I suppose. But it's odd that like I made all these TF2 videos like 6, 7, 8 years ago, which in my head I'm like, oh yeah, I made these like yesterday, right? Remember when like the fucking Meet Your Match update came out or whatever, and like the Dead Ringer got the speed boost and stuff, and I like think about it, and I'll be reading a comment on a video and I'll click on it and it'll say like 8 years ago, and I'm like, wait, what? What happened? I don't understand. But if you listen to my commentary in those videos, it seems I feel like a completely bloody different person, which I guess is how aging works, right? But I feel like I'm now a full ass adult. I guess that's what happens when you're in like you go from being teenager to mid-20s to, I'm not approaching 30, I'm not saying that, but you know, you're becoming a grown-ass adult. So, you know, something I think that was quite poignant of this, right? I got my hair cut today. I haven't been getting my hair cut much this year, so it's always kind of fun. My like actual self-care stuff, like my razor for my, you know, my beard and all that stuff, is all in a box somewhere. Fuck knows when we'll see that stuff again. So my beard's been going full on like nerd mode. It's not been... Well, I think other people say they don't care, but I feel a little self-conscious living in a cupboard and having a neck beard. I don't know about you lot. I still like look after it, but like it was getting long and I didn't like it. So I got my haircut today, and I realised that something's changed over the years, right? I remember being a kid. I don't know if this was the same for you lot or if I just went to a shitty school. But when you are like a young boy, The haircut's the worst fucking part of the year. People, you know, when you get it, your next few weeks, people will just be making fun of you at school. I don't know why that is the case. I don't know why small boys think it's really funny when people get a haircut, but that's just the reality we live in. And that was my reality for, you know, when I was a small kid. So I always hated getting my haircut. I'd go there, I was frightened of razors, I was frightened of the fucking... I was like, I was going to cut my skin off, it's horrible. What if my ear falls off or something? I don't know. Nothing ever happened. I'd always come out of it probably looking like quite a smart young boy. But at some point I just stopped getting haircuts, right? That frequently. You know, I'd get them as infrequently as possible to try and put it off. I forgot to get a bucket. I've got a bucket, I forgot to put the water in it. I do hear water nearby though. Like here? If we can get a little bit of water, that makes this lava X section a lot easier. Yeah, at some point I just started getting my hair cut infrequently. Partly because I was lazy, and partly because I was like, I just don't want to have to deal with it. And I realised I've changed completely, because the last couple times I've got my hair cut, it's been like, I really enjoy it. I kind of look forward to it. I'm like, fuck, I look horrible now. I have some sort of sense, some vague sense of self-worth now, which I did not used to have. And some desire to look reasonable, even though I know no one else cares. You know, it's for myself. I don't want to look in the mirror and like kind of go, oh god, is that really that's what you're going for today? So I guess that helps. But like I like kind of look forward to it. I booked it. I like looked for a place with good reviews. Went in, sat down, and like had a little chat with the guy. Very nice. I've actually I feel a little bad, right? We were talking. He was like, "Oh, where are you from?" Because this is the Netherlands, right? They're meant to speak Dutch here. The guy was trying to speak little bits of Dutch to me. I just had no idea what he was saying. I got the gist of it, but I was responding to him in English, and eventually he picked up on it and just started speaking English to me. And he was like, "Oh, where are you from?" And I was like, "Oh, England." And he started chatting about it. And he was like, "Oh yeah, no, you don't need to bother like speaking Dutch. It's like it's a dying language now. It's just English is the language of the world. It's what not necessarily because it's the best, but it's because it's everywhere, right?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, I might have some insane privilege as being born English, and it being literally the most spoken language in the world, multiculturally. Like I know Chinese and Spanish spoken by a lot of people, but English especially is like, because it's used in business and tech, it is fucking everywhere. I bet if you go to like Malaysia and you speak to someone in English, they'll probably get maybe they'll be able to respond to you like probably fluent English back, right? And it's kind of an odd thought. So I'm very lucky in that sense that I was just born like, oh yeah, sure, yeah, cheat code. You just speak the language. You know the language, right? Everyone knows hello, yes, and no, and that's basically all you need to hold a conversation, which is a little odd maybe, but I learned that especially in Japan, by the way. So this is a tangent, right? I'll get on more better tangents later, but I realized in Japan that you really only need to know, like in school, right? They teach you all sorts of bullshit with language. They're like, how do you say what did you eat for breakfast? How do you say my t-shirt is blue? Like all this rubbish that just doesn't matter. And I realized in Japan especially, a country famously rather closed off to outsiders. Check your history books. Just get around using English and about 6 phrases, of which are currently the exact pronunciation are escaping me. But you essentially, all you need to know is excuse me, thank you, hello, good day, good evening, can I have 1, can I have 2, and toilet wa doko desu ka, of course, where's the toilet? But like if you could, that's it. If you know how to say like a swift and powerful sumimasen, like get the fuck out of my way, I think is what that translates to, that you're golden. If you throw in a little like hitotsu fucking croissant on a gaishimasu, that's it. They love it. It's like, holy shit, he's making an effort, and it seems to make people happy. I like that. I don't know if it's Japan or a lot of countries. I haven't been to too many. I've been to a lot of countries, but a lot of them are English speaking, right? But like, I kind of like that they do seem to care when you put a bit of effort in. Like I did try learning a little bit, a tiny smidgen, and whenever it did occasionally come up, they always seemed a bit pleasantly surprised that I knew what I was saying, which is weird because I obviously don't know what I'm saying. But like, I don't know. That's the tangent. Is like what you learn in school for language is so it's so like material. It's like how you talk to a Google search bot. It's not how you talk to a person. Your day-to-day life, you use like 100 words every day or something. I don't know the number, but most humans' vocabulary is tiny during the day-to-day. And just knowing how to be polite and request something is about all you need when it comes to talking to people. You're not going to like go to a bar and talk to someone and say, oh, hey, can I have... Actually, maybe you could. Maybe you could get by with just a Hitotsu biru and just sit there sipping it, saying umai over and over again. They'd probably love it. But, what was my original... Oh, about Dutch, right? So I've been here for like 4 years, and I don't know Dutch. I know a bit. And you know the bits I know? It's the bits that, like, I've been immersed in. So, the supermarket... Okay, you're going to laugh a little bit. I can, like, get around the supermarket perfectly fine. You give me a label in Dutch... I can probably tell you what the English word is. And it's kind of cheating because English is a Germanic language, as is Dutch, as is German. Guess what I also did at school? That's right, German. Am I good at it? 9. I also did French, Spanish, bit of Latin, and some other crap that I don't remember, a bit Greek. I don't remember any of it. I did French for fucking like 8 years at school, and all I remember is diamonds. No, that's not it. What I remember is fucking mon petit déjeuner. C'est bon. Ah, oui, la bibliothèque, à la droite. Like, that's it. It's fucking useless. Massive waste of time. Or was it? Because now I can tell everyone in my Minecraft videos I know how to say my breakfast. Kind of useful. Oh, fuck, that was scary. But yeah, German, Dutch, and English are all the same language in a lot of ways. Like, a lot of... I don't know if you not know your history too well. England's not very English. A lot of people seem to have this really weird sense of, like... pride and satisfaction about the British Empire, and they seem to forget that the country was originally, like, still kind of is, ran by, like, every other European country. Kind of bizarre that they kind of voted it out of the... Whatever, I'm not going to go into fucking... Every Minecraft video is just going to be a Brexit fucking twat. Anyway, sorry. People seem to forget that, like, you know, like, the Normans took us over, and then all of a sudden, all the rich Brits were speaking French, and were French. And that's why all our food and fancy words are French. So a bunch of English words either are literally French or they are identical to a French word, you know. Do I have any examples? No. But just think of a word. If it's got like an OU in it, it's probably French, right? And it's the same with German, right? Our royal family, Rip, Liz, etc., etc. By the way, Scottish comedians hate the royal family, as you'd expect, but, like, it's getting a little dry after, like, the 5th stand-up was talking about how much they hate royalty, because I get it, like, they suck. It's a horrible, fucking, stupid old system, but, like, come on, you can be funny. I believe in you. There's more, you can do something else, I know, the Queen died, yeah. I get it, I heard, check the news. Sorry, I'm not just ripping on comedians, I know it's really hard to do stand-up, but it's... Like, come on. Some people had really funny skits. There was one guy that was doing, like, fucking 1,000 impressions, and that was incredibly talented. I don't know how the man did it. Sorry. It's hard to get off tangent when you've had, like... You know, sometimes I make these videos and I've had, like, a few weeks between and I've just done nothing. Guess what happens if I've just gone to, like, fucking 4 or 5 countries for, like, half a year? I've got so much shit to talk about. And I've been streaming, like, non-stop, right? Excluding Japan. Oh, fuck. Scared me. I've still been streaming, like, daily. Get out of here, creeper. Okay, we're good. I've still been streaming, like, daily, so it's not like I haven't been talking about this stuff with people, but it's been, like, over time, right? Like, I've given people snippets. I haven't done, like, a full-on, like, video, like a summary. These videos are like a bloody git commit, right? I have all my... Yeah, get hacked. Oh, don't kill my dog. Okay, you can have a little flesh if you like, as a treat. Get him, yeah. I have more dogs than I remember, dude. What was I saying? Yeah, it's like a git commit. Like all of a sudden, I'm just pushing all this onto you lot, onto my viewers. Maybe it's nice. Maybe it's nice to just all of a sudden have this massive dump of information, but it's good practice as well. I haven't done commentary in a while. But with the Twitch thing, I've still been streaming and stuff, so... There must be at least one person who's listened to everything I've had to say and is like, oh, Woolen, you've spoken about this. That's kind of fun. We need to get coal. I need torches, I'm sorry. We just went out. I said I got my hair cut. I also had lunch. I got curry. It was really nice. Is my dog dying? Stop that. It's not okay. I didn't give you permission. We could also take the flint and steel if we need like an emergency light source. I just thought about it. Could you use flint and steel to light up a cave temporarily, so you don't have to waste all your money on torches in a cave you're never going to go back to? That seems like something you could do, right? Sorry, I'll just loot some coal from these chests and get on with my adventure. I don't know why I'm mining, by the way, but a bit like a RuneScape, which I've not been playing. It's kind of nice just sometimes to have something mindless to do, right? Just something to do while you're talking. And it's making progression, right? Like, you can't lose XP, you can lose items. And while Minecraft doesn't exactly have XP, I feel like it doesn't hurt, you know, getting the stack up a little bit, right? Seeing what we can collect. I'm sure future me will love it. I don't know what I was doing over here. I was making some Lon Ranch or something next to Dong Mountain. I'm sure it'll be handy to have all these iron for something. I was making minecarts and stuff, right? Do you not? Oh, you do. Okay. Well, okay, back to the... I'll go back and finish these tangents off one by one, right? So, traveling. I don't know if you can hear. I'm hoping you can hear. I'm still on my travel setup, despite being back home, inverted commas. And that is because I never know if we're going to get a flat, like, in a few weeks or in, like, a few months. And I don't know, for whatever reason, if I dig out and there's, like, fucking 40 boxes in this house. Like, we've really taking advantage of Chris's mum's kindness here. We've filled our house out with stuff. Bless her. And now she's letting us stay here. She's so sweet. I don't know what one of these boxes, or multiple boxes, has my computer stuff in it. In some cupboard somewhere is my desktop itself, like the actual computer, like tower. And then somewhere else will be all the wires, and that's a creeper. Hello there, I see your toes. All the wires, all the machinery, so like my actual microphone itself. This game doesn't have fire arrows, does it? I can't like make a fire on the floor with flint and steel and shoot an arrow through it, can I? Just to light up a cave. Classic beta, I love it. I really like beta Minecraft. The like actual feeling of it being a real survival horror game it's incredible. Look at this. Terrifying. I like it. And like your actual attack speed being tied to how fast you can click makes you actually feel a bit frantic when you're trying to kill a creeper. And I like that. Sorry, I keep losing my tangents. It's tough, right? I don't know why I keep doubling up like that. So I'll go back, sorry. We're in the Netherlands, I'm in a cupboard, and if I actually make the effort to maybe spend a few hours digging through everything, setting up my tower, setting up my actual XOR microphone and mixer and everything, I'll feel a bit more permanent, and I don't want that. I want to move on and get a flat and a bit of space. Bless her. It's nice that we're being allowed to live here, but I do miss, you know, walking around the house naked and all that. Am I joking? Not really, actually. I think it's quite freeing. Am I being a bit too open for my Minecraft Let's Plays? I don't think so. How many of you are actually... You lot are probably all like the same age as me, right? I'm pretty sure I checked the analytics at some point. You lot are all between like 20 and 30 for the most part. There's a couple of 32-year-olds. The odd 40. The odd couple 18-year-olds. But like, you lot are all my age. Minecraft is like... Minecraft beta is such a fucking boomer game. There's no like number going up other than the stack in your hand. I'm playing like WoW Classic right now. No one cares about it except those that played it, right? And the odd teenager that's excited to see where things have come from. Like, oh man, back then, did you know you couldn't enchant your iron axe? It's crazy. So I feel like maybe some of you are relating to this. I love this tune. But what am I trying to get to? Oh yeah. I was basically just saying, like, I'm still on my travel setup, so despite the travels having finished, I'm still playing this on that little portable monitor. It's been beautiful, by the way. I went and checked it out. It seems like ASUS have discontinued it, and I think it's because it was getting so many bad reviews. I don't know if I got lucky or what, but this thing has been going amazing. It's got nice color grading. The 120 Hz on a portable monitor I still think is like it's insane that it exists. Price was really fucking high, but at this point it was totally worth it. Because I've just been able to play Osu and stuff while traveling. It's been great. It's a luxury I've afforded myself. If I won't buy myself a haircut, I will at least get a portable monitor that has a high refresh rate so I can click circles. Bloody hell. But, excuse me. I guess we'll get all the iron and stuff as well. We're at diamond level, but we need all of these resources, especially coal. Surprisingly rare. Here we go. I don't remember why I started talking about the age group of my viewers. Do you lot remember? I don't. This is why I'm a better streamer than YouTuber, I think. I forget a lot. I have so many threads to talk about, and I find it hard sometimes to remember what I've been talking about and when to stop. So I'll move on. Let's tie that off. Let's talk about... Oh yeah, let's talk about permanency of living. Yeah, so I'm portable. So I'm still using the old snowball. I'm sorry. We'll get good quality at some point. We'll get my green screen back up. I mean, the green screen's actually in this room. It was too big to put in storage. It's just packed up against a wall. But we'll get it all working, and that'll be good. I've commissioned Mastercore from chat to draw me as a dog girl so I can have a fucking PNG avatar for when I'm not feeling like having a webcam. Looking forward to that. I've always wanted to be an anime girl, and now I can live my dreams. And it was really quite funny, actually. I've been streaming a lot of programming, right? I think in one of my earlier videos, I was talking about how I wanted to get back into programming. I did it. Congrats. Thank you. So I've been streaming an insane amount of WoHo. Like, I think I'm on like episode 20 now or something. And they're all a good few hours long. The VODs are on the alt channel. I think people quite like them as background audio. Like to study/relax to, you know? You get to watch someone else working and it makes you feel more productive or something. But I've been doing a lot of that. And it's surprisingly good for visibility. I guess programmers are really happy to raid each other because while I was, you know, the last year or couple years, my Twitch has basically just died off the planet. Turns out, like, if you don't retain any viewers and you only ever lose them, the number just goes down. It's kind of odd to think about. Maybe I should be collaborating every day with the new top player. I don't know. But that all aside, that people seem to, even if I've got like fucking 5 or 10 viewers or something, someone will just pop in with like 200 and be like, "Hey, I was just programming a fucking Visual Studio plugin or something," which is very kind of them, and I really like that. It's a nice feeling. I haven't been raided in forever. Like back when I was playing Breath of the Wild, RT Game would raid me sometimes, which made me feel special. I like that. That's also where I got some of my important chat members from, so I'm also quite grateful for that. Got some high quality members of chat from the RT Game raids, I tell you that. Here we go. Oh, beautiful diamonds. I wasn't expecting to find so many. It's lovely. 8. We lost like all our shit, right? I guess I don't have any armor on. I probably should make some. Do we have... Oh, I guess I could just cook some iron and make some armor. We're going to be in here for a little while. Let's do that. Make a little... I kind of like that in Minecraft. You don't need a lot to just start getting going, right? I can just make a furnace. And then pop some iron in it. And then off we go. I hear footsteps. But yeah, sorry. Playing some Minecraft. I was streaming some programming. Getting a lot of like just new viewers in, which is weird but rare. And I guess people who are browsing the programming place are more likely to click on a random stream than with a game. I guess it makes sense, right? Like if you're watching, go browse like Osu, for example. Osu is a game where like if all the fucking streams are the exact same, right? It's people playing a rhythm game. Most people have like all the interface turned off, so what you see is circles. So really, if you're picking an Osu stream, it's because it's someone you know, like it's your friend that's streaming. It's like a top streamer, so you're watching like the rank fucking 1 player, you know, which is good. You're watching someone who's like good at the game. And then like no one really watches us lot in the middle, right? The only people that watch my Osu streams are my own viewers. They're not... I very rarely get anyone new in. There'll be someone who comes in and they're like, "Can you try my map?" You know, they're not there to watch me play. They're there to ask me to do something for them, which is fine. But I think I guess with the software development streams, they're all a bit different. There's no one really doing the same thing as me. So I guess if you're browsing, you're like, "Oh shit, that guy's making a bullet hell game. That sounds sick." And they pop in, and I like that. It's kind of cool. But I bought, I think, what was it? I was listening to some like Blue Archive remix that had like some, watch this, it had Japanese lyrics in it, which, shock and horror, right? Horrifying, not English lyrics. Terrifying for a lot of people, honestly. It really freaks some people out. It's kind of sad maybe, but it's all right. There's more to life than music, but you should be willing to try things, I guess. But anyway, they were like they were fine with it, you know. I think I switched to, if you're watching, hello by the way, but I think I switched to just listening to some like RuneScape music or something. I was like, this is like inoffensive. I guess I won't jam out to fucking whatever it was. I don't remember. Hoshino saying Atsui over and over, whatever. It was good tunes. But I think I was like, you know, fuck, you're not gonna. People are upset because I'm listening to weeb music. Are you lot? Would you not love me anymore if I was a cute anime girl? And they were like, I would not have clicked on the stream in the first place. And I was like, oh fuck. Ah no, I've really screwed myself over. See, this is just a very long tangent, but I don't watch like VTubers anymore very much. I occasionally will like put Watame in the background, but it's not because she's a anime sheep. It's because I find her cozy. You know, I don't really watch the stream so much as I put it in the background, and it's relaxing. So I think the gimmick's starting to sort of die off a bit, or it's becoming less of a gimmick and more of an actual feature, right? So like, I think originally it was quite a funny thing, right? You're like, holy shit, Kizuna Ai, is she an AI? What's going on with that? Imagine an AI streamer, crazy, futuristic. Fast forward, good old Vedal, but you know, it was kind of a funny gimmick, and they were like, oh, this is an idol agency, but they're all gamers and they're anime girls. It's like, oh, that's crazy. What are they going to do now? And then they play Minecraft together. What are these antics? Holy shit! She made a funny cake house that with a trap door, and it drops you into a room full of snowmen, and they'll laugh and cry. It's great fun. But I think that's sort of worn off a bit, and now it's just like, if you're a streamer and you get a bit exhausted by showing your face all day, and it is exhausting. Like, I've been doing it for fucking 10 years now or something. Twitch, YouTube's been going on for even like 15 now, maybe 13. I don't know. But it is weirdly exhausting. Even if you think you don't care, you do, kinda. Like, I realize, I mean, this is a little gross, but you know, you sit at your desk, you know, you'll be like scratching yourself, you'll be maybe scratching your nose or whatever, or you're like, you know, you'll do something when no one's watching that you are relaxed about, because it means you are like, you're at home, you know, who cares? You're playing fucking Fallout 3. No one's going to know if you're scratching your ass, it's fine. But if you're streaming with a webcam on it, there's something, even if you don't think about it, you're always a little conscious about what you're doing. You're like, oh, I can't yawn a bit too weirdly, or people will like take a screenshot, or like I can't like make a weird face while I'm concentrating, or people will like make fun. You know, you think about it subconsciously at least. So I quite like that this like virtual camera thing has come out, where like you can just be a cartoon character and like that's okay, you know. It's kind of cool, and you don't have to worry about how you're looking that day. I think it's good for a lot of streamers that feel like they have to, you know, wear makeup or, you know, put on like a whole appearance for their stream. Fortunately, I never felt like I had to. I think I look great natural. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I'm sure I'd look good with a bit of whatever, but I don't give a hoot. But you know, I'll like swish my hair to the side or whatever. I'll try and make myself look like a human. Sometimes I don't care, and then I feel a little bad, and I shouldn't. So I like the whole virtual avatar thing. It's a nice quality of life for the streamers, and I think some people don't necessarily realize that. Like, I feel like some people think, I mean, maybe it is the case, but some people are like, oh, they're doing it so people like to like trick people, right? They're gonna trick people into thinking they're like a cute anime girl, and then they're not really. It's a person. I don't know if that's really the case. I feel like the majority of people do it because they're more comfortable. They want to have something, because it's nice to look like you're talking to, like, even if it's just like an anime character, it's nice to look like you're talking to something on the stream rather than just the void. That's humans, right? We like to talk to other things that have eyes and pareidoia, whatever, however you pronounce it. We like the human face. So it's good for your stream to have something for people to look, to talk to, and like get reactions from. But it's just tiring all the time thinking, oh fuck, I can't pick my nose, otherwise I'll just scratch my nose there. You don't see it 'cause it's a Minecraft video. And with YouTube, I think it's fine. This is like intentionally an old-fashioned style commentary because I find them relaxing. But yeah, so anyway, my whole point of this is I like the idea of being able to just not care about it. And I'm going to be a cute fucking wolf girl or something. I don't know. We'll see what he gets to. But I'm excited, and it's It'd be nice. It'd be nice to have something, because there's a lot of times where if I'm not feeling like it, I just don't have a webcam on at all, and I feel like it takes away a little bit. And I guess with the Twitch thing, I was talking about how like it's hard sometimes to tell apart the different types of streamers, right? I guess having having a webcam or an avatar is like the one thing you can differentiate yourself with, right? If you're all playing circle game, but one of you is like a fucking turtle or something, you're like, oh, I'm gonna check out the turtle. And if you like it, you stick around. And what was important was that you clicked in the first place, so you were even exposed to the funny turtle or whatever. And I don't know, I guess that helps. I'm not blessed enough to be like hyper Chad. So people look in the thumbnail and they think, yo, he's sexy. And I can't wait to see how he plays Sniper in Team Fortress. It's not that. I mean, maybe after the haircut, we'll have to see what people say. Probably not, though, let's be honest. Alright, we're doing good in here. I think we'll fill up this inventory and then we'll fuck off. I've been looking for the entrance. I don't know if any of you are actually watching or if you're just listening. If you're wondering why I'm just walking in circles, it's because I am horrifically lost and I have no idea where I am or how I got here. And that's kind of like the Netherlands, I guess. Yeah, you can tie it back to that. Alright, I'm thinking of more tangents, right? I'm generating them in my head. Here we go. Fuck. Here we go. We can talk about the travels a little bit more. So we have all these vlogs, right? When we were in Australia, I think we recorded... Chris planned out something like 5 or 6 videos. We were going to do a couple, like, day-to-day things. And a couple of, like, food reviews. Because, naturally, the best part of being in other countries is eating all the food. Even if you think you're not a foodie, maybe you are. And maybe you just haven't tried the right food yet. You know, I used to think I didn't care too much. Turns out it's just an eating disorder. It's crazy. It's actually quite nice to try different foods and just like spread your bubble out a bit. You know, I was a small kid. If I was getting a pizza, I'd get a margarita every day, all day, every day, and that's fine. But I was never willing to try out anything else because I was like, oh, what if it's bad? What if I don't like it? Like, that sounds weird. Weird. That word is odd, right? Because you're just putting, like, it's food still. It's like something that someone's made and designed and put on a menu. It's not going to be, like, bad, probably. It's worth giving it a go. I forgot what tangent I was going on with this, though. Oh, the plans, right? So we had that, but then, so that's not so bad, right? I think the one Aussie vlog we did took us a couple weeks. Yes, that Melbourne VOD, that last video I uploaded took us a few weeks. Sorry. Takes time. It might not look like it, I promise you. But I was kind of thinking once I get my actual setup back and I can use Sony Vegas like I'm used to and not like some weird free Linux program, it might be a bit faster. And, you know, the rendering will be quicker and the uploading, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so that, all the Aussie vlogs I could probably bash out in like a month or two, right? So we can get those out. I was originally planning on releasing them while we were there. And we just ended up having fun, which I wasn't expecting. Well, that sounds bad. I was expecting to have fun, but I wasn't expecting us to like constantly go out and do something. Because it's a working holiday, right? Like, we're working during the day. I kind of figured we'd be just doing the usual, you know? Eating food and then watching TV or whatever. But no, we ended up like doing all sorts. Went on a lot of wine tours. We went to the rainforest, dude. Oh, my thing died. Here's like a small spoiler, right? We went to Cairns, right? That's where the Great Barrier Reef is. We went there, first of all. We did go to the Barrier Reef, but we went into the rainforest. I don't remember the name of the rainforest, but it's the really old one that David Attenborough likes. And we paid for a tour, like a party bus. I think it was like basically like a party bus. Everyone was about our age and young and willing to listen to fucking the Bee Gees or whatever, I don't know. Here we go. Oh, I don't want to go in there. You know, I don't have to. How about we just don't? Oh, fuck! I don't know why I'm double posting here. It's like an old forum bug. Y'all ever double post to a forum by accident? You always feel a little bad. Those bytes could have been used for something more important. Sorry, I completely forgot what I was talking about. Oh, the vlogs, right? Yeah. Blah, 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 get those out. Oh yeah, in the middle of the rainforest, we were told that there were a bunch of cassowaries, like the super violent bird that, like, kills people. Like, the really big one. If you played Ty the Tasmanian Tiger, they're like, the villain in that game is a cassowary. They're like blue and black and red birds with like big bacons. The like throat flesh thing is a bacon. Anyway, they're really violent, and in the middle of the rainforest, our bus ran over some like rocks that they put in the road to warn cassowaries that there are humans. They're basically like speed bumps with a million rocks in them, and apparently they hear through the ground really well, and they don't really want to be around people. And I think they're in mating season right now, so they have like baby kids. Baby kids. They have tiny birds, so they're probably like super protective. So they have these rocks that you drive over, but the bus exploded. Like the tire exploded, and like it made a really big bang, and it like jolted up a little bit, and then it went psh, and it started like sort of drifting around a little bit on this little like rainforest road. Kind of frightening. And the bus driver didn't really seem to notice for a little bit until people were pointing it out. They were like, "Hey, I think you burst a tire," and she was like, "Oh fuck." Anyway, we broke down the middle of the rainforest, and we had to walk through it under like just in like a big group, and the group was split up. Like there was some, because this was like a bus of like a tour bus. There were people at the back that were not. They're not like physically fit enough to walk for like a few hours through a rainforest. So it was kind of sad. We had to like leave a couple group behind so we could like go on ahead, and it was kind of odd. Get the image out of your head that we were in like some jungle. By the way, we were on like a road. It was a road for cars. It was the only road, but it was still a road. Like it was clear. It was just a tedious walk. It wasn't dangerous. We weren't really in any danger. I'm sure in a group of as big as ours, I probably could have ran away faster than some of the others. Just saying. Or at least I could have like maybe snapped the leg of one of the other customers, and could have gotten away then maybe. But no, it's not as dramatic as you think it is. It was mostly just like, oh fuck, how are we going to get on from here? We had other stuff planned today, and it all worked out. We were walking for quite a while, honestly. But we came across another tour bus that was like it was fueling or something, or like the people were off doing something. And the guy was like, "Ah, fuck. Guy sucks, doesn't it? Now we'll take you on." And the guy just like put us all on his like super posh bus, and we got taken to our next location. We were all very grateful, and he was like, no, this isn't what you pay for. It's perfectly fine. It's just happy to help out." I like the Aussies. They were all very friendly, which is odd, right? You'd think some countries, when they're that far away, they're a bit like, stay away. This is our place. Get out of here, stupid tourists. But so far, every experience, I'm pretty sure off the top of my head, every experience we had was like joyful. I learned all the fun like slang, right? Like if you're ordering coffee, they'll be like, "Too easy, mate." And I'll be like, "Fuck, dude, it is too easy. I thank you." I feel like I've made his day a little easier, I might have mentioned this. I feel like I talked about Melbourne in the last vlog. I must have said that. So if you just watched the last video and now you've gone to this one, you're like, this guy's fucking stupid. Has he forgotten what he's spoken about? Can I remind you that we've just done lots of stuff. I've forgotten. I don't know what I spoke about. So I'm just reminding you about Too Easy, because I thought it was sweet, and I thought the Australians were sweet, and I liked it. But yeah, so we've got that. I got a lot of vlogs to do for that. And then for Japan, we were there for 2.5 weeks or so. We had one for every day to edit. Like a full-on every single day, we were doing like 4, 5, or 6 things of whatever those things are. We were eating somewhere fancy, or we were walking somewhere, or we were doing something, or seeing something, or whatever the fuck. There was a thing going on. It was a dense trip in like the best way. It was really weird how slow a couple weeks can feel. Like, again, it was only a couple weeks. I feel like we were there for like 2 months or something. It's insane. It makes you appreciate how much time there is in a day when you're lucky enough to be able to spend it doing different things. And I guess that's what holidays are. And it's taken me until I'm 25 odd to realize what holidays are, which sounds a little odd maybe, but I always used to kind of hate them, right, when I was a kid, because holidays would mean sitting in a car for a lot of time. Eventually, probably your Game Boy runs out of batteries, let's be real. And you're just sitting there cooking, and you're like, fuck. And then you get somewhere far away from all your stuff, and you're on a bike for a while, and fuck. And then the next day, on a bike for a bit, and then next day, and then you take the cup. It's just a bit like, why do people like this so much? And then it turns out that it's not family holidays people like, it's Japan. It's like doing exciting things or being relaxed or just getting time off from work. I think as a kid, the biggest stress you get is like school, usually, right? Unless you're a prodigy. That's the right word. If you're a prodigy and your parents are like, you have to do like a fucking piano recital in like a super big area, and you know that's fair. That's a good thing to be stressed about. That's very sensible. But most kids are like, oh, I've got my GCSEs coming up. That's going to be really important. Kinda depends what you're going to do. If you plan on doing other stuff, your GCSEs are a write-off. Don't tell anyone I said that. Okay. Don't tell, because that's bad advice. Telling people it's a write-off, because you should always try, even if it doesn't matter. If you care about something, you should try, and your education matters. But on a complete flip side, I did terribly in my GCSEs and A-levels, but I got a first at university, so I cut off everything pre-university off my CV. And there you go. I Skyped for 21 years and got off in the end. But that's not advice. It's not, you shouldn't do that. Stop that. Stop listening. Most of you probably graduated by now anyway. Or starting. If you're starting, good luck. I hear the world's falling apart, so I wish you the best of luck. My time at university was fortunately spent pre-COVID and the world was like collapsing, but like I could like play video games without worrying about like nuclear annihilation and stuff, I think. What was going on in like 2016? I don't remember. Not much. I think Fallout 4 had just come out, which, I mean, it's pretty bad, but it's not world ending. And I really liked it. I played it for like a solid 90 hours when it came out and then never again. It's very funny. Here we go. Why do I have an extra furnace? Is this from... You can go in here. And as can you. What are we doing? Let's go think of something. Some fun little task. Even if we don't do it today, it's fun to plan, right? So let's have a little walk around, by the way. Again, like I've not been in this map since for a while, so I'm just curious. You're broken. No, you're not broken. You're like the way the lift works, right? Let's have a look. What's going on in here? Hello? Oh, it's my cute little garden. I should play more Zelda. It's funny, oh, this is beautiful. Holy shit. I completely forgot about this. I can't believe past me made something that future me would like so much. This is really relaxing. Next to the Dong of Dong Mountain. The vast, powerful balls of the mountain. The real stones. This is cute. Man, past me's like really cute. Thanks, old Woolen. Young Woolen, I guess, technically. What's in here? All sorts. Holy shit, saplings and stuff. That's great. Okay, well, let's move on from here. I'm just enjoying exploring. I can very briefly talk about the programming experience, by the way. So I've been doing more of that WoHo C++ stuff. It's been going great. I've been making super progress. Actually, went to the extent... I don't know where... Oh, here it is. I went to the shops and I bought a fucking hardback like notebook, and I filled out like loads of pages of notes and stuff. Like just an insane amount of notes and planning. It's really cool. I'm really enjoying it. I feel like I'm doing it kind of properly. Like I have this mental... Okay, this is the first time you're hearing about this, right? I actually have a pretty good plan of how I want the game to actually go. Because until like maybe a week or two ago, WoHo was basically just a big question mark, right? Like what was I going to do with it? We should probably make a bigger farm, right? Maybe we should do that. Let's have a look at that. It was just like a bullet hell engine. I hadn't really made any plans for how it would look or work. The original WoHo's storyline was extremely poetic and creative. So let me try and relinquish it to you. The main character's friend, Baker-chan, was a baker, and her bread gets stolen by like Satan or something, who like takes it away to like the top of a mountain, and then the gameplay is you like fly up there and like kill him, and then you take the bread back and you play as waifu Chan. It's a whole thing, right? It's a whole very creative thing, but it was perhaps admittedly a little stupid. So this time I've actually got like in this notebook I've got like a proper serious like outline for how I want to do it, and just to like completely flip on it, I want the game to be like fucking soul-crushingly depressing, and like I think that's exciting. I want it to, because I feel like too many games these days are a bit too like happy-go-lucky, or they have like a good ending, or like, you know, things work out and it's all so sunshiny. like Undertale, right? Like, fuck me, dude. Unless you kill every character in that game, which I would never do. How would you fight through your tears? But, like, the game ends, like, pretty well, right? You know, you make friends with everyone, and it's all spoilers. You can make friends with all the characters in Undertale, and it's a great time. And I've had enough of that. Indie games are too positive, and there's enough positivity out there, right? We need to have some realism. So I was thinking of it being like to not spoil too much. It's naturally going to be like set in some like oppressive fucking, I don't know. I'm thinking like how do I do this? Probably should put some torches down. I think like, you know, Soviet-esque, like China CCP lockdown sort of like horrid, you know, government dystopia, where everyone's like everyone's in constant fear, and it's good fun. It's a little like relatable as well. I'll probably put in some nice like a little bit of like political undertones in there. You know, people love that in a game. They love it when the game's like, hoo-hoo, government bad. People love that shit. I love that shit. I'm like, fucking finally, someone's speaking up for the little guy. Yeah, you know what? I do hate it that they XYZ. Why? That's great. Good content. But yeah, so I was thinking the story was going to be something horrid, like your fucking family gets kidnapped or something, and you need to like rescue them. But then there's like a horrible twist, you know, something like that. Just to give you an idea. This is what your cute Minecraft streamer's been thinking about. He's been thinking about how do I make like cute characters that everyone likes, and then like essentially like make like torture game for them. That's not really the case. Like it's still going to be like a fun arcade game. You know, I'm wondering if I'm wasting such a serious plotline on what is essentially like asteroids, right? Like you're shooting a thing and dodging bullets. You know, I'm wondering if I should spend this story on like Woho 64, my N64 style remake that I'll need to make at some point, because I think those games are fun. Will I learn assembly? No, I'd probably do it in C. I reckon I could learn C. I know how to use C++. You just add less pluses, right? Something like that. Something about pointers, I think. Memory? Malloc? I've heard of a Malloc. Don't know him yet, but I bet he's fun. But yeah, just to give you the brief idea, I have like some vague plans now, and it's kind of cool. It's coming together in my head. I have like this idea. I think there's a there's a Ghibli film that's in like this underground fortress, and it looks really cool. We saw it in Japan. I've never heard of it. It's quite an old film. Some of you might know it if you're really cool. But I love this idea of like like a hyper city, right? Like not like a mega city, but like a really massive, like what if cities were at their like creative extreme, like Deus Ex kind of, right? Think of like how China looks in Deus Ex, and it's just like this massive like stack up of building and flat and slum, and it's all like dirty and fucking. It's not what you think the future would be like, and I like that. It's fun. Can you like maybe get stomped on, if that's okay? Hello? Alright, this is the happiest piece of ground I've ever seen. You can stay. You know what? You can have a seed in you. No. It's too late. I don't know why I'm doing this, by the way. I just like having a big line of these things. It's very fun. I don't know about you lot. I find something very satisfying about seeing an enormous line of illuminated bamboo. Good fun. But yeah, so the gameplay's coming through in my head, and I have this image I can't really draw on the screen because this is Minecraft. But you know, I wanted to have like this enormous wasteland of like slums and like fucking horrible living conditions, and in the very middle there's going to be like a cool like mega city where like the ultra rich live, and then maybe they're like kidnapping people from the slums for some nefarious, probably an organ related reason. I'm going to be real. There's a mild spoiler. Pretty sure I want to have organ harvesting in there somewhere because it's kind of metal, right? And it's like a thing that happens as well, which is like a bit more fun, right? Like people are actually fucking having the worst life out there. And maybe, you know, maybe I can pretend that it's like some, oh yeah, I'm doing this to just raise awareness, and not because I think it's kind of metal that people get kidnapped and their organs get harvested. Some of you might think that's a bit dark. That's kind of the point. The fun thing about having an indie game, right? You don't have like publishers. There's no one. You don't have to sell the game. No one has to buy this. I wouldn't mind it if you did. I don't know if I'm going to sell it or how that's going to work, but like the point is that you're making art for the sake of it. right? Like indie games are art, and I like that. And I want to make something that's actually cool and not like shit, you know? Like that's currently where we are with games, right? Either the thing costs 10 billion to make, or it's an indie game that 5 people on itch.io play and no one cares about. And I think the itch.io ones matter a lot more. They probably have something more important to say than, hey, how do we make the investors happy? Like, that shit's happening with RuneScape now, isn't that insane? But you blew up Link, dude! Oh, actually, not so bad. Well, we'll fix that later. I promise. I don't know, I think the fun about making something independently is that you can just do it, right? You can just make it. It doesn't matter if anyone likes it, or if people think the message is weird or unnecessary, or you know, just whatever. It's nice to be able to make something and then say, you know what, this is me. I've done this. Experience a bit of fun. Try this out, and then that's when you get Minecraft, I guess. Also, I mean, a lot of like posting on 4chan apparently. You don't ever think about that. People forget. They're like, oh, this little indie underground Minecraft game. I must have spoken about this. I refuse to believe I haven't mentioned this in this series, but like Notch fucking spammed Minecraft on 4chan when he was making it. Just would not stop posting it apparently, which is just kind of funny. It's the same thing. I'm pretty sure that's how like the Yandere sim was working. Like that was like a thread on slash fucking, I don't know, whatever the anime subreddit is. I don't know. Something. He was like spamming it there. He was like, I'm gonna make a game where you play as a Yandere girl, and they'll go, oh, that's so funny. 69 lol. That's where Minecraft comes from. Just so you all know. It's nice. Just there was always something a little wrong, something a little off, and that's why we enjoy it, because it's come from a weird man, a weird Nordic man. And I'm not Nordic, but the Netherlands is pretty Nordic. Just saying. Maybe my cool, like, people being kidnapped by the government to have their organs harvested game could be like the next Minecraft. Not saying that it is, but maybe, you know. What if I added hats? Don't kill my dog. Hang on. You can't do that. Fuck off. Stop that, cunt. Get out of here, dog. Oh god, it's all falling apart. Oh god, it's a fucking massacre. Okay. My friends, my sons, my human creatures, you lot... Oh god, he's sad. Fuck, do you like bread? Who's sad? Oh fuck, his tail's never been so low. Don't go down there. Does he eat bread? You eat, like, meat, right? Stay here. This is me talking to, like, a person. You eat meat, right? By the way, speaking of which, I had the most hilarious dinner the other day. You know how, like, people think vegetarian food is just like fucking leaves. They just eat like leaves. So the other day, I've been feeling a little unhealthy lately, right? I've not been eating like junk food or anything, but like I normally eat quite well, I think. Not to brag, but I like to make stir fries with vegetables and stuff. Kind of insane. Sorry to gloat like that, but I do. But I just couldn't be fucked the other day, and there was this bag of like salad leaves that was going off that day. And Chris's mum said, like, can you deal with this for me? And I was like, okay. So I like got this bag, and then I ate all the leaves on the inside. I like put it on a plate, and I washed them, and I just ate the leaves. And you know what? Pretty good. It's pretty good, actually. It was like a mix. There was like some rocket in there for a little pepperiness. There was like the red ones, which I don't know what they are, but my grandparents, they used to grow like red lettuce leaves, so it's a little nostalgic. And then there's like green ones, and I don't know. I thought it would be funny to just eat a big bag of leaves and say it was like a vegetarian burger. And I'll be honest, I really enjoyed it. I felt kind of healthy, and I wasn't that hungry after, which is kind of odd. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. What about you lot? We've hit the hour mark. Apparently that's where I'm trying to reach. My brain won't stop. I've got so many things to talk about, but I'm going to. So I think an hour is reasonable. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it. Next time we'll feed our dog. Actually, we'll look for meat now. I'll check while we're doing our send-off if we've got any dog meat. But I hope you've all enjoyed it. You know, just hearing, you know, what we've been up to, or we've just been enjoying ourselves, basically. I think I said, like, I'm gonna have so much free time to make videos. You know, I ended up fucking, like, we went like out. We went out. Crazy. Not something I used to do, but I enjoyed it. We don't have any meat, but maybe we can slaughter some pigs. There's no pigs nearby. That's okay. You'll be fine. Just walk it off, you know? Just rub a bit of dirt in it. Why is that a thing? Any military heads in here? Can you explain why rubbing a bit of dirt in your wound is better than just leaving it? Is it just to make your blood clot faster? I would say it seems pretty bad to rub dirt in a fucking wound. But, I mean, I'm not in the military, so I don't know. Maybe it's different. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed it. The video, that is. I'll be back and around soon. Once we get a flat, we'll pick back up to our usual pace. I've got all these vlogs to go through. As I mentioned, we had like 1 Japan vlog per day. So we've got like 20 of those to go through. Oh, there's a pig right here. And I think you'll all enjoy it. They'll be like, weird. Some of them will be very long with no talking, and some of them will be very short with lots of talking. Because that's just how I do videos. We have no plan, but we did go to Shimokitazawa and go to Shelter, aka Starry from Bocce the Rock, and listen to some underground Japanese alt-rock, pop-rock bands in a tiny little room. It was really cool. Highlight. Anyway, yeah, I'm heading off. See you lot soon. Make sure to catch the live streams. That's where I am, usually programming these days. I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.